Hi, welcome to Focal Point. Today we will design this professional home page layout using the Gutenberg block editor. We will not be using any heavy page builders like Elementor, Breezy or any other heavy page builders. Being a freelance web designer, I used to work on these heavy page builders quite often. I built hundreds of websites on Elementor and other page builders for my customers. Since most of the page builders are too heavy, they slows down the website speed and conflict with some other plugins. It causes a lot of issues in the website and its performance. While on the other hand, the Gutenberg page builder is way too faster and lightweight as compared to these premium page builders. The template in front of us is originally built on Elementor page builder. We will try to make exactly the same layout design on Gutenberg page builder. Let's get to the WordPress. I have a fresh WordPress installation. There is no theme or plugin at the moment. We will first try to install the Cadence block editor. Add new. Search for Cadence. Gutenberg blocks by Cadence. Install this plugin. Now click activate. So now we will install the Cadence theme. Go to the appearance, add new theme and search for Cadence. The first one. Activate the theme and we are good to go. We can delete the default theme which is 2024. We won't need this. So now let's go to the pages section and start building this layout. I will work on the sample page. Let's rename it to home page. Just change the slug as well. Edit the page. Delete everything from the page so you can start from scratch. Okay, so as we have installed the Cadence blocks, we have some additional blocks in the Gutenberg. As you can see, these are the Cadence blocks. The row layout, the section, accordion and some other blocks that we will be using in the layout. These are the default Gutenberg blocks. The media. We will start by adding a row element. A row block. So the first section has single column. The content are on the left side, so we'll take two columns for this. And so now we have a section on the page with two columns inside it. If we click on the overview, you will see we have one row. If we expand it, we have two columns inside the row. So first let's check on the front end. Okay, so this is the default page settings. We will need to change these settings. So click on this, the Cadence icon, and we will set the page to full width and unboxed. We will also disable the page title. This is the title that we don't need in the page, so you will disable it. Click update and refresh. Okay, so these are the empty columns, so we cannot see it on the front end. Let's work on the row first. So I will select the row. We can select it from here as well. So we are on the row right now. Click on the settings icon here. So these settings are related to this row which is selected at the moment, which is currently active. So this row is active and these are the settings of this specific row. We'll first change the spacing of the row. So let's set margin top to extra large, margin padding bottom to extra large. From right we will give it small SM and from left small as well. Okay, we'll make its alignment into middle. And now let's make this setting default for every new row that we add. We'll be adding other rows in the page, so we need these settings to apply to all the rows that we will be adding as we move forward. So block defaults. we'll click on the block defaults and save as defaults. So the setting we just did on this page will be saved for all the rows. This is saved. Now let's increase the height of the section to 100%. So let's give some background color to the section so we can see it clearly on the builder. So I will set it the default color, which is blue. You can change these branding colors. I will cover this in another video. Currently we are focusing in this specific layout. So let's increase the height of this section to full screen. We'll go to settings, structure, and I will set this to VH. Instead of pixel we will change it to VH, and I will, let's say 95 VH. So it's almost the full screen of the browser. And we can make it smaller on the tablet view. So let's say 40% on tablets and 25% on the mobile screen. So I have downloaded a stock image for the background. Let's upload this image. Click on the image, select background image. This is a square image and this is a horizontal image full width. We will use this one for the hero section. Select it. Or let's first put a overlay color on this image, just like the sample we have. To put an overlay, we will go to the overlay settings, background overlay, choose a color which is dark in this case and increase the opacity. Let's make the color a little more to black side. We can also apply gradients, so the half of the section is a little lighter and the half of the section is darker. So let's apply gradient instead. Change the angle. So and now make it 100. Now make this a little more darker. Let's decrease the opacity a little bit, because we do not have any text on this side. We have the text, the white text on the dark area, so the visibility will be clear. Let's add the heading, innovative ideas. You can use the lorem ipsum actually. Headings, advanced text. This is also a Cadence block. Okay, so select the section and change the text color to white. Text color white, link color, and this is the hover color for the links. Okay, so now let's change the heading size, make it bigger, just like the one we have on the sample site, and the letter case. You can set the font size value in pixels as well, so let's make it 45. 45 is correct for this, and we will decrease the bottom margin, but let's copy it, duplicate. So demi text for printing. We can make the first one H1 and the second one H2. So the first is now H1 and the second is H2. We'll decrease the font size as well. Let's make it 35 and decrease the margin between the headings. So I will set bottom to 0, and now let's add the paragraph. It's fine. This paragraph. Press enter and we can now add the button, view portfolio. So click on the plus icon, search for button block, advanced buttons. Now view portfolio. Change the button alignment to left and now make it an outline button. So we will select the button and make it outline. Now we can change the color of border and the text. Go to style, change the text color to white, and background is transparent, border set to white, 1 pixel or 2 pixel is fine. So, and we can change the hover text and color, make it a little gray, so light gray. Oh sorry, the background color should be transparent in hover as well. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's save this section and check it out on the front end. We will not be working on the header on this video, so ignore this section. And now let's check the spacing around the section. So you can set the full width of the section to theme default, which is around 1280 pixels. Now let's check. Okay, so this now aligns with the default container of the theme. The first section is almost ready. Now let's move to the second section, which is these 3 blocks. We'll click on the first section, the 3 dots, and click add after. Now click add a new row. So in this case we do not actually need the margin and padding as the first section has, so we will change it. Firstly, to make these 3 blocks on the same section, we'll need to set back this section to its default values. So let's make it 0 from all the sides. So okay, and we do not need columns inside this section. We'll be adding a new section inside this, so nested section will be used in this case. Make it single section. So the second row that we have will only have 1 section, and we will add another row inside this. This should not have any width issues. Okay, so it's default and it's correct. Now let's add another row inside this, and now set this to have 3 columns like the samples we have. And we can now give it the top margin in minus, so it goes beyond the, so it goes into the top section. Let's make sure we are on the right section for the row and the inner row. We'll set the top margin to, let's click on this icon to input the values manually. So we will set the top minus 150. The top, sorry, we do not need to change the padding, we need to change the margin. So give it minus 150. We can adjust the values later. So now make it 80. I think 80 looks fine. And we can increase the first section margin bottom. Select the first section, go to the margin section, padding, sorry, and the bottom padding we can increase it 3xl. Okay, so now select the row. If it has any color, it doesn't have any color, so we will be working on the inner rows instead. And we can add the blocks inside this. First select the inner row and then set its width to the theme container width. Now we can add the block inside it, info box. This is the info box as this website has. Does it have a it has a title, a paragraph, and an icon. So we'll make it similar to the one we see in the simple site. Let's call it demo title, theorem episode, and the icon. We can change its color. The background color we can set it to white, and on hover we can use the light gray. It's fine. Let's apply some box shadow as well. We'll set it to blur 5 pixel, spread 5, and change the color to, sorry, let's select this again and go to style, box shadow. The spread is 5, so we can decrease it a little bit, and blur we can set it to 8, so it looks clear. You can make it a little more lighter as the reference site. We have a border radius on it, just a little bit. We can add border radius as well, equal from all sides, so we can add 5 pixel. 5 pixel would be fine. The color is actually changed to red. Okay. So now we can copy the same block and add to the other columns. Duplicate it, simply drag it from the dots here and drop it on the second column. Now do the same here, duplicate it, drag from here and drop it here. Now we can change the icons and titles and all the contents as needed. So we will first start changing the icons. We have a clock, and we can actually change it directly from here. Search for clock. So this is the clock that we have. And now a bulb. And a pencil. So we will choose the icon here. Okay, so now what we need to do is bring the icons a little to the top of the section. So select the block and go to style, media settings, and now we can change the margin top to -50. It goes up, and now we can change the icon color to white, background color to dark. Shading is fine, or we can increase to 15 pixel if required. And the radius, we can change it to 200, so it becomes a circle. Now we can copy the same style to the others as well. Click on this icon to copy the styles, select the second one and paste on it, so the same style applies on this one as well. Paste. The last one has a dark background and light text on it, so we will do the same. Background color set to dark, title set to white, and on hover it remains white. Okay, and the text will also change its color to white. Let's get rid of the hover background from it. The container color, we have already set it to the dark background. Okay, so it is not actually set to the dark one. Let's save it to see how it looks on the front end. Let's update it, so refresh the page. So yeah, we just need to change the box shadow color here on the last one. Click on it, box shadow, and change its color to white. We don't actually need a box shadow here on the last one, as it has a different color than the other two. So let's simply disable the color, or we can apply a lighter box shadow on it, the minimal. Now we will move to the third and the last section, which is the text and image. On the text on left and image on right. So let's click on the overview, select the second section and click add after. Close this and we can add a row here. Press slash and select the row. We can press slash to see the option, or we can press the plus icon. So both do the same thing. We have a new row with the same default setting as we set in the first section, so we'll use it with these settings as well. So let's start putting the content first. We'll copy the text, advanced heading, paste it here. H2 is fine for this, so let's keep it. And let me take off printing it. Duplicate this. Make it a little smaller as we have this here, so we will make it H3, margin bottom 0, uppercase. Is it in uppercase? Yes. And the color we will set it to blue one as we have. Now we'll increase its font size to 2XL or 1XL is fine, and uppercase we can adjust the values to 45, I think. Yes, 45 is fine for this. Now let's copy a paragraph. Click on the heading, press enter. We need a little more text here, so okay. After that we have a signature. We can add image, or we can simply input some text and apply the font with the script style. So I will just simply type signature here. And change the font size to small, medium. Let's switch the block to advanced heading so we can change the font style as well. Change it to the advanced heading, make it a paragraph, increase the font size to medium, and now typography, select a font, bed script clicker, this is fine. So let's increase the size a little bit. Decrease the margin bottom of the signature to 0, make it bold, and maybe a little bigger. It's too big. This is fine, I think. Let's add the button, which is read more but advanced button. Set it to the left, and what the button says, it says read more, so we will name it read more. Now let's put the picture on the second column. Select the second column, go to style, background, and we will set a background image which we have uploaded, the square one. And now what we need to do to make it full height, select the primary section and go to the structure and set inner column height to 100%, so it aligns with both of the columns. We can increase the margin a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. And we have it, and set it to the theme container width. The another thing we have is this quote on the bottom, so let's add this as well. This will actually require a little bit of CSS, so let's work on it. Let's add a quote block underneath the button, so select the button and click add after. We'll select the quote block, which is this one right here. Let's add some dummy text, so I will add this text, paste here. Now select the quote block and give it a CSS class, so let's say quote underscore box is the CSS class of this block. So now let's code some CSS on it. We can add the CSS in the themes appearance setting, but we can simply do it right here on this section, parent section. So select the parent section, go to advanced, custom CSS, paste the class here. Now let's make it position absolute. Maximum width -400 pixel. Bottom -20 pixel. Right -50 pixel. Give it a background white, box shadow, zero pixel, 5 pixel, and gray, and give it some padding. I think 15 pixel. That's right. So the block is going underneath the background image. What we can do is we can select the second column which is above the block. We'll select this one and change the z index to 1. Now give z, select the, we have CSS on the block, so let's go to the CSS. See, and now let's give z index 2. So this one is above the second column. Now let's see how it looks on the front end. Z index is actually not updated, so let me check. Change the column z index to 0 instead of 1. So make it 0, save it. Now let's check if it works. Yes, we can bring it a little more to the right. So select the CSS, advanced, custom CSS, and the right margin right we can set to 70 pixel. Little more, let's give it 120 pixel. Alright, so yeah, this is the page built on the Gutenberg blocks using the Cadence elements and the Cadence theme. So that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or any queries regarding any page builders. I will try to answer as quickly as I can. Make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. I will be sharing some amazing tips and tricks regarding the website designing and development in future as well. So stay tuned.